Hi, I'm Edison. 3 months ago, I was supposed to have the happiest day of my life. Instead, I got a front row seat to my future father-in-law's true colors, literally going up in flames. You sure Victor's coming to the rehearsal dinner tonight? I asked Sarah as we drove to the restaurant. He seemed pretty upset when we didn't go with his venue suggestion. Sarah tucked her hair behind her ear, her nervous tell. Dad will be fine. He just likes things done his way. His way meaning the country club where all his business associates could see his daughter's perfect wedding? I tapped the steering wheel. The same place that conveniently wouldn't allow Jack to be my best man because of that misdemeanor from college. Can we not do this today? Sarah sighed. He's trying, Edison, in his own way. Is he though? Last week he asked if I was still planning on wearing that cheap suit, the one I saved up for 3 months to buy. That's just Dad being Dad. He doesn't mean anything by it. I glanced at her. Does he ever talk about me when I'm not around? Sarah's silence told me everything. At the rehearsal dinner, Victor was charming to everyone except me. I could handle the cold shoulder, but then I overheard him talking to Sarah's cousin. Tomorrow she'll realize what a mistake she's making, Victor said, swirling his whiskey. No daughter of mine should settle for someone who can barely afford a decent suit. Uncle Victor, Sarah's cousin Miranda spotted me standing there. Edison is right behind you. Victor turned, smile not reaching his eyes. Edison, just having a little pre-wedding jitters talk. Nothing personal. Sounds pretty personal to me, I replied. What's going on? Sarah approached, tension obvious in her shoulders. Nothing, honey, Victor said, just chatting with the groom. The morning of the wedding, I was getting ready when Jack burst into the room. Your future father-in-law is looking for you, he said, and he's in a mood. Great, what now? I straightened my tie. The suit looked good, navy blue, tailored just enough. Not designer, but I was proud of it. Want me to tell him you're busy? Jack offered. No, I'll deal with him. Where is he? Back patio, said he wanted a private word. I found Victor on the patio holding a flask. There's my son-in-law, he slurred slightly, looking almost presentable. What do you want, Victor? Want to know something funny? Sarah was engaged before. Guy named Christopher. Doctor. Had his whole life figured out. I know about Christopher, I said. Sarah told me everything. Victor's eyebrows shot up. Did she tell you I loved him like a son? That he would have given her the world? She told me he cheated on her with her bridesmaid, that you knew and said nothing. Ancient history. Victor waved his hand dismissively. The point is, he was going places. What are you going to give my daughter? A life of budgeting and coupons? Love, respect, things you clearly don't understand. Big words from a small man. Victor pulled out a lighter, flicking it open. Know what this is? A lighter? Are you going to threaten me now? This belonged to my father. He built our family legacy from nothing. He stepped closer. And I won't let someone like you tarnish it. The ceremony starts in 20 minutes. I'm going inside. As I turned, I felt heat at my back. I spun around to see Victor holding the flame to my jacket sleeve. What are you doing? I tried to pull away, but the fabric caught quickly. Oops, Victor laughed as the flame spread. Cheap fabric burns fast. Jack came running out. Holy shit! He grabbed a pitcher of water from a nearby table and doused me, but not before the suit was ruined. What happened? He demanded, looking between us. Victor was still laughing. Just having a little fun with my new son-in-law. Looks like he'll need to find something else to wear. Maybe there's a rental shop open on Sunday. He did what? Sarah's voice echoed through the bridal suite where I'd gone to find her, my jacket in charred ruins. Your father set my suit on fire, deliberately. My voice was calm despite the rage bubbling inside. There must be some mistake, Sarah said, her wedding dress rustling as she stood. Dad wouldn't. He did, Jack interrupted, stepping into the room. I saw him laughing about it, called it cheap fabric, and suggested Edison find a rental shop. Sarah's bridesmaid Miranda gasped. Is that why I smelled smoke? Oh my God, Edison, are you hurt? Just my pride, I replied, and the suit I saved 3 months for. Sarah's face paled. Where's my father now? Last I saw heading to the bar, Jack said. Completely unapologetic. Miranda pulled out her phone. I recorded something earlier. He was talking to your mom, Sarah. I was going to delete it, but she played the recording. Victor's voice came through clearly. I've got a little surprise planned for the boy. Maybe enough to make her reconsider this whole thing. Sarah's hands trembled. I can't believe this. What are we going to do about the ceremony? Jack's brother is about my size. He's bringing a suit, I said. But Sarah, we need to talk about your father. I'll handle him, she said, eyes hardening. First, I need to find my mother. We found Maya in the garden, arranging flowers. Her face fell when she saw my ruined jacket. Oh dear, what happened to your suit? She asked, though her eyes darted away too quickly. Your husband happened, I said. Did you know what he was planning, Maya? I don't know what you're talking about, she stammered. Sarah stepped forward. Mom, tell me the truth. Did you know Dad was going to do this? Maya's shoulders slumped. He mentioned wanting to test Edison. I thought he meant with questions or something, not this. Test me? I asked. By committing assault? It wasn't assault, Maya protested. Victor just gets carried away sometimes. He's protective of Sarah. Jack snorted. This goes way beyond protective. This is criminal. Don't exaggerate, Maya snapped. It was a stupid prank that went too far. Victor will apologize and pay for the suit. I don't want his money, I said. I want him to face consequences for once. What exactly are you saying? Maya's voice turned cold. I'm saying I'm considering pressing charges. You'd ruin this family over a suit? Maya's voice rose. After everything we've done for you? Done for me? I stepped closer. You've belittled me, undermined me, and now assaulted me. What exactly should I be grateful for? Sarah put a hand on my arm. Edison, let's focus on the wedding first. We'll deal with my father afterward. Later, while changing into the borrowed suit, Jack and I discussed options. The venue has security cameras on the patio, Jack said. I already asked them to save the footage. You think that far ahead? I asked, impressed. When someone sets my best friend on fire, yeah, I start collecting evidence. Jack straightened my borrowed tie. The question is, what do you want to do with it? I want Victor to learn he can't treat people this way, I said, but I don't want to hurt Sarah. What about that detective you know, Rodriguez? Wouldn't this qualify as assault? I nodded slowly. It would. And attempted arson, maybe. Call him, Jack urged. At least find out your options. I made the call, and Detective Rodriguez agreed to meet us at the venue after the ceremony. I'll bring someone to review the security footage, he said. In the meantime, document everything and avoid further contact with the suspect. The suspect is my father-in-law, I said. Avoiding him might be tricky. Trust me, Rodriguez replied. You want this by the book if you're going forward with charges. The wedding happened despite everything. Victor sat in the front row, smirking when he saw my borrowed suit. Sarah was beautiful but distracted, and I could tell her heart wasn't fully present. Afterward, while guests mingled at the reception, Detective Rodriguez arrived with a tech specialist. We need to talk to Victor Thompson, Rodriguez said after reviewing the footage. This is clearly assault and destruction of property, possibly with intent to disrupt a legal proceeding. I'll get him, Sarah volunteered, face grim. Victor strutted over, drink in hand. What's this about? We're in the middle of a wedding. Mr. Thompson, Rodriguez began. I'm Detective Rodriguez. We're investigating an incident that occurred this morning involving Mr. Edison Clark's wedding attire. Victor laughed. Are you serious? It was a joke between men. Tell him, Edison. A joke? I stepped forward. You deliberately set my clothes on fire while I was wearing them. Don't be dramatic. It barely caught before your friend doused you. Victor waved dismissively. Besides, I've already told Sarah I'll pay for the suit. Problem solved. This isn't about the money, I said. It's about what you did and why you did it. Victor's smile faded. And what exactly do you think my motive was? To stop the wedding, to humiliate me, to control Sarah like you always do. That's ridiculous. Victor turned to Rodriguez. Detective, this is a family matter that's being blown out of proportion. We have video evidence, Mr. Thompson, Rodriguez replied, and multiple witnesses. Victor's face darkened. What exactly are you saying? I'm saying you're facing potential charges for assault and destruction of property. Over a suit? Victor scoffed, then turned to me. Is this really how you want to start a marriage with my daughter? By having her father arrested at her wedding? Don't put this on me, I said. You're the one who decided to commit a crime today. Edison, please. Victor's tone suddenly changed, becoming placating. I admit I went too far. It was stupid and thoughtless. I sincerely apologize. Let's not let this ruin Sarah's special day. Now you care about her special day? After you tried to sabotage it? I made a mistake, Victor insisted. People make mistakes. I'm sorry. What more do you want? I want you to understand that actions have consequences, I said. For once in your life. Look, we can work this out, Victor pleaded. For Sarah's sake, think about how this will affect her. I am thinking about her, I replied. About the years she spent under your manipulation. This stops now. Victor's face contorted with rage. "You ungrateful little—" He lunged forward, grabbing my collar. "I will destroy you before I let you turn my daughter against me." Security and Rodriguez quickly separated us. "That's enough," Rodriguez said. "Mr. Thompson, you're making things worse for yourself." "He provoked me," Victor shouted. "We all witnessed what happened," Jack said, stepping forward. "Again." Victor pointed at me, struggling against security's grip. "This isn't over. You think you've won? I'll make sure you regret this day for the rest of your life." The reception continued without Victor, who was escorted from the property. Sarah was quiet as we sat at our table. "I'm sorry it came to this," I said, taking her hand. "I never wanted to cause a scene at our wedding." "You didn't?" she replied, squeezing my fingers. "My father did. I keep thinking about all the times I made excuses for him, all the times I told myself, that's just how he is." "What happens now is up to you," I said. "If you want me to drop this—" "No." Sarah's voice was firm. "Press charges. He needs to face consequences. I've enabled him too long by staying silent." Over the next weeks, the legal process moved forward. Victor was charged with assault and making criminal threats. Meanwhile, Sarah and I postponed our honeymoon to deal with the fallout. One evening, the doorbell rang. Victor stood on our porch, looking haggard. "Can we talk?" he asked. "Just for a minute." Sarah stood beside me. "Whatever you have to say, you can say to both of us." Victor nodded. "I've been doing some thinking. My lawyer says I'm looking at actual jail time because of my outburst at the wedding. I need your help, Edison." "My help?" I asked, incredulous. "If you'd speak to the DA, tell them you don't want to pursue charges." "After everything you've done," Sarah interrupted, "you come here asking for favors?" "I'm trying to make amends," Victor insisted. "I've realized I've been difficult. I was wrong about Edison. I see that now." "No, you don't," I said. "You're just afraid of consequences." "People can change," Victor argued. "I'm Sarah's father. We're family now. Isn't forgiveness part of that?" "Forgiveness is earned," I replied, "and it doesn't mean avoiding responsibility." "Edison, please," Victor's voice cracked. "I'm begging you. My reputation, my business, I could lose everything." "Like you tried to take everything from me?" I asked. "My dignity? My wedding day? Sarah's happiness? I made a mistake." "No." Sarah stepped forward. "A mistake is forgetting an appointment or saying something thoughtless. What you did was deliberate cruelty. You've been doing it my whole life, and I let you because I thought that's what family meant." "Sarah, sweetheart." "Don't sweetheart me," she cut him off. "You're going to face the consequences of your actions, all of them, and we're not going to save you this time." "This will tear the family apart," Victor warned. "You already did that," Sarah said, "when you decided your pride was more important than my happiness." After Victor left, Jack came over with dinner and updates. The DA was pursuing the case vigorously, especially with the video evidence and Victor's threats at the wedding. "How are you holding up?" Jack asked Sarah. "Better than expected," she said. "It's like I can finally see clearly. All those years I thought keeping the peace was the right thing, but it just enabled him." Miranda arrived later with dessert. "Your mom called me," she told Sarah. "She's finally considering separation, said she's tired of making excuses for him." "About time," Jack muttered. Detective Rodriguez checked in regularly. "The case is solid," he assured us. "With the evidence and witnesses, he's facing serious consequences." 2 months later, Victor pleaded guilty to avoid trial. The judge gave him 6 months in county jail and 3 years probation, plus mandatory anger management. The evening after the sentencing, Sarah and I sat on our porch. "Do you regret any of it?" she asked. "Standing up to him, pressing charges?" I thought about it. "No. Some people only learn when they're forced to. Your father spent his whole life believing he was untouchable. I used to think strength meant controlling everything around you," Sarah said. "But real strength is what you did, standing firm when someone tries to burn your world down." "Speaking of burning," Jack called from the doorway, "I've got something for you." He handed me a package. Inside was a new suit, identical to the one Victor had burned. "We all pitched in," Miranda explained, joining us on the porch. "Thought you deserved to replace what was taken." "What do you think?" I asked Sarah, holding up the jacket. "Worth the 3-month wait?" She smiled, the first genuine one I'd seen in weeks. "Absolutely. Though I have to ask, have you ever considered how many people would rally around you for a suit? What does that say about the man wearing it?" I looked at our friends, then back to my wife. "It says more about the people I've chosen to surround myself with, and the choices we make every day about who we want to be, and who we refuse to become," Sarah added, no matter how much pressure we face. So here's my question for you. What would you have done in my shoes? Would you have pressed charges against your father-in-law or tried to keep the peace? And more importantly, what does your answer say about the relationships you're willing to accept in your own life?